Hey everybody. Listen, before we get the podcast started, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who has been supporting the podcast. And if you do enjoy the podcast, we ask that you please take the time to head over to iTunes, leave a review, subscribe to the podcast. If you got time, please check out our YouTube channel and hit subscribe, hit the little notification bell at the bottom of any one of our videos so you can get notified anytime we put out new videos. We're working on creating new content and finding different ways to entertain all of you. So please, if you enjoy it, just take the extra 30 seconds that it takes just to let us know and share the podcast with all your friends. Feel free to always check us out online. You can follow the podcast on Instagram at Jiu-Jitsu Radio. You can find us on Facebook as well at Jiu-Jitsu Radio. And if you want, you can stalk me at Sonder Marketing, SONDER Marketing on Instagram as well. And you can always follow Shawn at Gorilla Boy BJJ because that is not a creepy name at all. So please, like I said, if you enjoy it, please let us know and take the time to just hit the subscribe button or leave us a review. Those do help us out. We've been slowly moving up the ranks on iTunes, and that's only because of your help. So if you enjoy it, please do so, and ask your friends to do the same when you share the podcast. With that being said, this podcast is brought to you by Choke Aloha. They've been one of our supporters from day one, and they've always hooked us up anytime we ever needed help, whether it was creating an event or just really giving us some support in our jiu-jitsu movement. ChokeAloha.com is the website, and if you use the promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio, all one word, at checkout, you will get 20% off your entire order. Whether it's a rash guard, awesome rash guard, limited edition shirts, patches, stickers, keychains, you name it, you will get 20% off your entire order. You can't beat that, and you can't beat the quality of their products. I still rock my shirt almost every other day, honestly, and I always get compliments on it. I got a Choke Aloha sticker on the back of my car, and once I get a new car, I'm going to get another one. So check it out, and if you dig the stuff, pick it up right away because it's usually limited edition or it's one-time run, and you're not going to get another chance to pick it up. So go support ChokeAloha.com. Promo code Jiu-Jitsu Radio. Then check out our homies over at Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. Check out JujitsuSoapCo.com, and when you use the promo code JJ Radio at checkout, you will get 10% off some of the best soaps. Regardless of whether you do jiu-jitsu or not, I guarantee you are going to love the quality of these soaps, the smell, the fragrance. You can even pick up some bath bombs for your loved ones. Because if you're too manly to admit that you use bath bombs and you take baths, I don't know what to tell you, man. It doesn't matter to me because if I could find a bathtub that could fit me, I for sure would get one of these bath bombs. But they also have some dope patches, and they do some awesome collabs all the time. Check out JujitsuSoapCo.com, promo code JJRadio. And as always, check out our homies over at GiraffeChoke.com. Use the promo code JJRadio, and you'll get 25% off when you get an order of $99 or more. So that's right. You could spend $200 if you wanted to, and you'll get 25% off. That's a pretty solid discount. I don't care who you are right there. And you'll be able to pick up some of the dope gear that you always see Shawn and I wear, like this awesome Rear Naked Choke hat that I'm wearing right now, even though you can't see it because this is just audio. But I got a Rear Naked Choke hat. I got a Superman punch hat, flying knee. Love that design. I actually have done some photo shoots with Giraffe Choke. They got some awesome designs, so don't miss out. Go to GiraffeChoke.com. Use the promo code JJRadio, and you will not be disappointed. And listen, I know it's getting hot out there, depending on what part of the world you're at. South Florida is still pretty good. We're having a couple of rain storms here and there, but it's always sunny down here, and you can come hang out with us and hit up Nomad Surf Shop. Get 10% off when you go straight into the shop. Or if you're a baller, like I know most of you are because you listen to this podcast, you can check out NomadSurf1968.com. They have been a staple in not only South Florida, but the worldwide surfing community since 1968. So check out NomadSurf1968.com. Now, with that being said, We're going to get this party started.
You kidding me, Bob?
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
All right. Hey, everybody. Cheers, buddy. Oh, you had the coffee today?
Had coffee.
Long day today, huh?
Long day every day.
That's what she said. All right. Before we get everything going, how'd your tournament go?
Wasn't a tournament.
How'd your super fight go?
Wasn't a super fight. It was a match. It was a BJJ match.
Evidently, it was a super short match.
It was a super short. Sorry. Super short. Minute and 9 seconds.
Nice. So pretty average for you. Huh?
Yes. No, and we're not talking about the bedroom. We're talking about a grappling match.
So you did better. No.
So I did. Yeah, I did better. It was just weird, man. The guy's from, I think he lives in Park City.
Yeah, what was his name?
Brandon Grundy.
Never. I mean, no offense to him, but I never heard of him.
Well, no, he's not a grappler.
Right.
He's an MMA guy, and he wanted to get on the show.
Who did he fight for?
Whoever's in Utah.
Oh, so he just fought local. He's
fought local up there.
Right.
And he's trying to get his name out there, so he's traveling and doing matches.
That's cool.
So it was quick. I went in there. Like, we were supposed to be 6th out of 10.
Did you guys, was there, like, is it on video anywhere?
I'm sure it'll be on Mile Zero Fights.
Okay.
Which is Mile Zero Fights. So, like, if you check their Instagram or their Facebook page, there might be something up. I don't know if they put a video out on YouTube or not. But, yeah.
I'll look it up after.
We were supposed to be 6th. So I'm just sitting back in the back, you know me, chilling, just relaxing. I brought my yoga mat and I just laid it out and I was laying on the ground in the back. And then all of a sudden I heard, Shawn. I go, what? Come to the ring, Shawn. I'm like, Shawn, me? Like, yeah, so.
You ended up not having anybody cornering you at all.
Calvin went with me.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
But he didn't really.
Yeah, well, you can't have the white belt really cornering.
No, but it was a cool experience for him. He got to be there live right at cage side, and so we went out and
partied.
Went out with walked out to my music, which will be my music anytime if I ever get on a fight to win. Hint, hint, hint,
What
hint.
was the music?
People Every Day by Arrested Development.
How'd that go?
I am everyday people.
Really? That was.
Yep.
That's not by Arrested Development.
That is Arrested Development.
Okay.
So
I just remember it from like a Publix commercial or something. Way back in the 90s.
Well, yeah, I think it came out in like 92 or something like that.
Right.
It's an old song, but I love the song. It's like very like chill and it's got a good though the message is kind of like, let's stop with the violence, which whatever.
All right.
But walked out, got in the cage. A guy got my name wrong. We laughed about it because he told me.
What did he call you?
Shawn Ambrosino.
Is that what he did?
Yeah, because he goes, I'm
worst.
totally gonna mess this up. I go, that's all right. I go, it's Ambrosino, and he basically ended up messing it up, and we laughed about it in the cage. And then, yeah, that's what he did. We just started laughing.
Yeah.
And then, dude walks in. We go. It was a 6-minute submission only. If it would have went to overtime, we would have done like Eddie Bravo rules. But hand fought the guy, got him up against the cage a couple times. Wanted to go slow, take it easy. Eventually got an arm drag, took his back, picked him up, slammed him.
So how did it start off? Just with the arm drag?
The series, the finish? Yeah.
Well, no, the whole, like, because, I mean, it's a minute, so I'm guessing.
It's a minute. Didn't go, like, it was a lot of hand fighting, me pressuring him up against a cage. I, like, kind of went down for a leg when we were up against the cage, but not really. I didn't feel like being underneath the guy.
Yeah.
Guy was a big dude. He was, he's my size.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to go underneath him. I was like, I'm not going to go down there, especially with my back.
Right.
So ended up, I missed the first arm drag, but I hit the second arm drag. And when I got him, he tried to run away, and I just held on to the waist and got my hips underneath him, picked him up. He turned the wrong way, and as soon as we hit, he tried to get up. And when people do that in nogi, what I like to do is I like to come around and grab their.
Just go on there like a reverse, like half Nelson.
No. I lock in the choke, but what I like to do is grab their trap and just lock it in. And then what I'll do is I'll kind of like make sure my hand is anchored,
right,
and kind of lock it in. And then I took his back and choked him.
Nice.
Minute and 9 seconds.
Did you stay there for the rest of the fights, or did you just?
No, I dipped because I wanted to see the top
life?
3 UFC.
Oh yeah.
On the top of that card. I wanted to see I really wanted to see Paulo Costa.
Yeah, that was a good card. I didn't watch the prelims or like the early card. I literally just watched the main card.
I didn't even watch. I watched the last 3 fights on the main card, which were the only fights I was truly wanting to see.
Supposedly the whole card was amazing, and I'm sure it was. But for me, I was like you. I was really just interested in the main card.
Yeah,
that's really all I was interested in, and it was definitely a good fucking card. At least that main card was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
The fights were awesome. Do you think that Paulo Costa really won that fight?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I really do think Paulo Costa won that fight.
What'd you think about DC?
Thought it was awesome with Stipe, man. Stipe, when he started ripping that body.
Yeah.
Like he started ripping it at the end of halfway through the 3rd round, and then
he was nailing a couple like randomly in the 1st and 2nd, but he really started working.
He
the body.
ramped it up during the 3rd round. Like halfway through, he started hitting it a few times.
Yeah.
And then setting him up for the 4th round. It was awesome.
I knew it was the beginning of the end, honestly, for DC. The second that Stipe took him down. The second Stipe took him down, it's like, that shouldn't happen.
That shouldn't happen.
Like, so.
But Stipe is not a bad wrestler.
He's not a bad wrestler.
Stipe I think he was a Division I wrestler.
But again,
I could be wrong.
There's only one other person that took DC down, and that was John Jones. Anybody else couldn't take DC down.
Not anymore.
So the second that I saw that, it's kind of, and really DC kind of fucked up for not listening to his coaches, and he admits it, and everybody else is saying it too. It's like, why didn't you just wrestle?
But here's the thing: he was beating the shit out of Stipe for the first 3 rounds.
But he was cocky coming in with his hands down. Like he just kept on walking up with his hands down. It's like, I mean, you got a tough chin, but you're not.
Well,
like,
the thing was that wasn't what killed him. Was that it was that body shot?
It was the body shot,
and then the follow up.
Which is smart because I mean DC has a tough chin, so for Stipe to be like, oh well, then I'll just go for the body.
And that's what he said in the post fight interview scrum. He's basically said, he goes, no one's really ever tested his body. I figured I would.
Might as well.
That was smart.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it makes sense. I mean, he's got a soft body. Like he's got a soft body, and it's. If the chin is that solid, then you already know not to work it.
But think about it. That doesn't always, translate to a soft body equals a big body. Because look at Roy Nelson, his big body.
See, I think the difference with Roy Nelson though is that Roy was in shape at one point in his life. DC was kind of always.
DC was 205.
Yeah, but DC.
I don't think Roy's ever been in shape.
Yeah.
No.
He was in better shape when he fought Frank Mir. It was like after
he was still chubby.
It was after that Frank Mir roll that like the grappling match that it just went all downhill for Roy Nelson.
No, he was still chubby in that.
He was still chubby,
he was still a pretty big guy.
I think the difference is that Roy had a big gut, but it was still like muscly gut under the fat. DC is just kind of like flabby. Like there's no real.
I don't know, man. He's got to have a strong core to do what he does.
For sure. I just think that.
So I just think he wasn't ready for it. I just don't think like if you don't.
The difference though is it's easier to get in and work the gut on DC than it would be for Roy because DC didn't have the knockout power in his hands, so it sets you up to be able to attack the body without worrying about getting hit in the face.
I don't know. DC has knocked Stipe out.
Yeah, but
he's knocked a few people.
That was the Stipe after Francis Ngannou Stipe. That
so it's still It's still Stipe after Francis Ngannou.
Yeah, but that was,
and he still beat Francis Ngannou. I don't know. Roy's actually he's knocked a few people out.
Roy Nelson. Yeah.
No. I'm sorry.
DC?
DC. I think he knocked out Josh Barnett.
I don't know.
We can look at.
I don't know if he knocked out. He knocked out one person. I think he knocked out one person.
No. I'm pretty sure he's got a few.
Because he choked out Rumble. He choked out. Who else did he choke out? He choked out somebody else, like within the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, let's see here.
What do you got?
Getting there.
How many KOs? Like 3 or 4?
I always do that. Hit career instead of record, and then I
Yeah.
gotta friggin'
Go back and forth.
There we go. Okay, so he's got 10 wins by knockout.
Yeah, but were they fucking Strike Force?
No, well, I don't know. Well, let's go through it.
Yeah.
He rear naked choked Derek Lewis.
Yeah.
Knocked out Stipe.
Right.
Knocked out Vulcan. TKO. Vulcan Ozdemir.
Yeah.
Choked out Anthony Johnson. Decision over Anderson. Split decision over Gustafson. Submission over AJ again, first time. Choked out Dan Hendo. TKO Patrick Cummings.
So that was stoppage.
Yep. Decision over Josh Barnett. Oh, it KO'd Bigfoot Silva.
Okay, Mr. No Chin, who's now bare
I don't know.
boxing.
He beat Bigfoot, and when Bigfoot was
I don't know.
Bigfoot.
Look at the date. Look at
That was 2011. That's when Bigfoot was coming on.
when he was juicing. Let me see. I'll look it up.
He beat Hulk Soapalele TKO.
Oh, that was like his last fight or something, right?
I don't know. A lot of the other ones were in the beginning, but regardless, he still knocked him out. He's got the power. He's got the power. You know.
See, let me look up Bigfoot Silva's record here, because when that was, I want to see who he was fighting around that time. MMA record. Oh, jeez. Where is he? DC. I don't see DC. Oh, jeez. DC. He lost to DC. Yeah, no, he wasn't on the tear then, because he beat Arlovsky, he beat Mike Kyle, he beat Fedor Emelianenko, right? Strike Force.
That was right. He lost right after the tear. He beat Mike Kyle, then he beat Fedor.
He lost to Fabricio decision. He lost to DC, lost to Kane. He beat Travis Brown and Alistair Overeem. This was when he was juicing. Lost to Kane again.
And then everything else was losses.
KO. Yeah. So that was like the beginning of the end for his.
No, I don't think it was the beginning.
Look at it.
No. I think the Daniel Cormier was
the beginning of the
very
end.
beginning, but he was that's when he was on his tear, because right after that, he had beaten a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm still going with my statement. I'm still sticking to it. Either way, it's sad because I did want to see DC to win, but I'm also a Stipe fan, so I was happy to see Stipe. Now, the setup is going to be either the rubber match, which I think will be boring as shit. It'd be stupid. It's not really going to sell
and I don't
anything.
think DC wants that. I think the only person DC wants to fight, well, maybe 1 or 2 people.
It's not going to be John, because John's not going to give him.
It would be John, or it'd be Brock Lesnar.
And Brock's not going to do any of that fight. I was thinking about something. I totally forgot who it was, but there would be one more fight that would be really, really good for DC, and I can't think of who it is now.
At 205 or at heavyweight?
At heavyweight. I forget who it was. Fuck. Yeah, at the end of the day, I think he's done, and what's probably going to happen is
he does not have anything more to prove.
I think if he does anything else, it's only going to be the
Super
John
fights.
Jones fight. It's only going to be the John Jones fight, maybe 1 or 2 super fights.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, he doesn't have to, and
he's
he
40
shouldn't.
years old.
Yeah, he shouldn't. He really shouldn't.
And he's one of the most accomplished mixed martial arts
Artists.
mixed martial artists of all time.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to do shit.
No, he doesn't have to do shit. The only thing that would really do anything is really just the John Jones fight. That's it. That's really the only thing that would
He
come
wants
up.
to beat him. I could understand him wanting to do that.
But if he doesn't do it within the next 2 years, it's not going to happen. If he doesn't
Of course not.
Yeah, it's just not going to happen. And then either way, John, like, maybe will do, like, that super fight. But John's got a couple of people that he's got to fight. He's still got to fight Johnny Walker. He's got to fight...
well, Johnny Walker's not up there yet.
He needs another 2 years. The risky part is I think John is... If he doesn't get his shit together really on the training... Like, he might lose in the next 2 years.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing is what I think is really going to happen is the UFC is probably going to try to put Johnny Walker on the fast track, and he's not ready.
I don't know if they're going to put him
because the 205 division. There's really who is there in the division?
You still got Vulcan and Ilir Latifi, which doesn't really matter because Vulcan just hit up Ilir Latifi. Oh, shout out to Vulcan too. He hit me up on my birthday. Said happy birthday. I haven't spoken to him in a while, so it was kind of cool to have him hit me up. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see what's gonna happen. It's really the division is gonna be the 185 to see like Yoel, Costa, what's his face too.
I don't know. 185 and 170 are that. Yeah. What's going on at 170 is stacked, especially after watching Nate.
That was definitely the fight of the night for sure. And the fact that they didn't give them the bonus is only because Nate's contract was up. That was Nate's last fight on the UFC contract. So now they're gonna have to. It's gonna be a shit show of
trying to get him
to sign. And the only fight that's really gonna like work for him is gonna be the Jorge Masvidal fight, which is fucking a genius fucking move on his part.
That fight. It's like, how many times have you heard me say Masvidal is like the third Diaz brother?
Yeah, no,
I've said that for years. I've said that
Masvidal and Nate Diaz is such a solid fucking fight because it's gonna be two bad motherfuckers, and I don't think there's gonna be any shit talking, and it's still gonna be like hyped up. It's gonna be like out of respect. There'll probably be a little bit of shit talking. I was saying what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be some bad motherfuckers going at it on the main event, and that one is probably gonna be. I was talking about it. I think on our Temple group that if they do that fight, it'll be a New Year's Eve fight.
Which one?
Nate and Masvidal. It'll be Nate versus Masvidal for New Year's Eve.
I don't know,
for
man.
Sure. Because it'll give them time to give Nate whatever he wants and give him the money that he wants because he's the reason why the card did so well. And it's going to give Jorge time to do whatever else that he needs to do to get ready. I mean...
What I don't understand is, doesn't Nick have a fight coming up too?
I don't think so.
I thought Nick was going to fight somebody...
I don't think so. I think they talked about it, but I don't...
Yeah, it was somebody... It was somebody...
I do not believe so. My volume is super low compared to yours for whatever fucking reason, and the thing is fucking up again, and it's bothering the living shit out of me. So I apologize for everyone if my mic is low or not. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this stuff. I think it's time for new mics. So if you guys support the podcast, we're going to be able to finally buy new mics and not have to deal with this bullshit anymore.
Yeah, Nick Diaz close to fight. That's what it was. It was Nick Diaz was going to fight George too.
Yeah. I don't think that would have happened. I think it's going to be Nate. Like, Nick would still pull in numbers, but right now Nate is way bigger than Nick for sure.
What did you think about Nate's after?
You know what I think honestly after? Did you watch not the post fight like in the ring interview?
Yeah, I watched the second one. Yeah.
That's a lot of brain damage, man. Like he was slurring his.
He's always been like that.
Yeah, but regardless of the lisp, regardless of like whatever speech impediment he has, like there was a lot of fucking slurring.
I don't know if it was slurring. Like
there was a lot of slurring and some random fucking words.
Well, the thing is, he got punched in the mouth, so it might have been like one of the.
It could be, but even then, like even in the other like interviews, like there's a little bit extra slurring in the thing.
Because DC was doing the same thing.
Yeah, but I don't think DC was actually pretty lucid considering all things.
But he sounded this like
well, I think it's just slow. I think it was just slow because obviously your brain is still off for all intents and purposes. Your brain is still off. So the fact that he was able to to speak so clearly shows how fresh he still is. But no, that's the thing that got me the most was just that. So you won the match.
Yeah. By the way, he wants to run it back.
Oh yeah.
So in January, I'll probably be going back down to the Keys.
I'll do that one. I'll go down that one. Now that we got some heads up, I'll definitely go down to that.
And he got me a sweet 2-bedroom condo.
Where was it?
In Key West.
Yeah, but where in Key West?
It's the quiet side.
So
when you
next
get
to
on
to the 90-mile marker.
Right when you get into Key West, you go right. That's the party side.
Right.
You go left. That's the quiet side.
Yeah.
You go left.
Yeah. That's the side that I always bike. At the end of the night, man, listen, if you go to the Keys and you go out drinking, obviously be safe. But if you're riding around on the bikes and stuff, take that side. That side is a fucking blast to ride around in the street in the middle of the night when there's nobody around. It's a fucking blast. Every time I go, I'll do it. I'll have speakers in my car in my bike. I'll bring just a big ass Bluetooth speaker and just jam and ride, and we'll have a gang of people every time. It's such a fucking blast.
You get DUI on a bicycle.
Could, but whatever. I'm good. I'm a good bike rider. So the other big thing, I know for sure you didn't get to watch it, the Kinektic Grappling tournament. Did you watch it?
I did not.
So there's a lot of pros and cons. I enjoyed it. If you want to see some good high-level grappling, watch the first part. Just watch the very first matchups, and then after that, it kind of tapers off. It was really touch and go.
Was it really? It was a lopsided affair.
It was absolutely fucking lopsided. This is how lopsided it was. It was BJJ Fanatics, which was Lachlan Giles, Nicky Rod, Gordon Ryan, Craig Jones, and Edwin Najmi. Against what was the other one? It was some stupid name. I'll tell you right now. But anyway, it didn't fucking matter. First set of guys come up, and it was the same kind of quintet rules. Obviously, if you and I were competing, I win, you're out, they bring the next guy. They only got 30 seconds between matches. So I stay on the mat, I only get a 30-second break. So they were putting people back on.
I like it. I dig that.
It's cool, right? I think it's awesome. And it was so fucking lopsided. Lachlan Giles, first one, ran through fucking everybody. You ran through everybody in every weight class with leg locks. And I think he had one guillotine or whatever, which was great. And then they interviewed him afterwards, and they're like, "Oh,
so nobody else got to fight."
Nobody got to fight in that first round.
Right.
So that was the semifinals. There was only 4 teams, so which was absurd because the last guy that he fought was a former MMA fighter. I forget the guy's name. Dude, it was so.
Wasn't it Joe Riggs?
I think Joe Riggs was in it, but I don't think it was Joe Riggs, was it? I'll tell you real quick. Rico Rodriguez. So he did beat Joe Riggs by armbar. So it was Lachlan Giles beats Mansour Kara by inside heel hook, Will Weed by inside heel hook, Joe Riggs by armbar, Chris Lytle by inside heel hook, and then he went up against Rico Rodriguez, which is basically your size.
Yeah,
he gave up 100 pounds on this one. He's bigger than you. No, he's around your size.
And Rico's supposed to be a BJJ guy. He's
good.
He's good,
bro. He looked like he had no fucking clue what was going on. So if you watch the very end of the match, Rico's just looking at him while he's setting up the inside heel hook. Just looks, and then he just taps. It's he had no clue what the fuck is going on. It's hey, what are you doing over there, little man? Oh, fucking tap. And then Lachlan Giles gets on the mic, and he's yeah, I'm the worst one on my team, so I don't think I'll be back on the mat for sure. It's bro, are you serious? You're the worst one on your team, and you just ran through everybody? And then the second, so what was the other team? Lights Out. It was Team Lights Out. That's what it was. The second round was Chael Sonnen's team, the Submission Underground team, against Lionheart, which is Anthony Smith's, whatever his team. The dumbest fucking setup. He had that, you can clearly tell he doesn't know jack shit about grappling.
Who?
Anthony. Because he picked 1 or 2 good ones, And then the rest were like, dude, why'd you even bring these guys in here? They have no fucking clue what they were doing.
He probably just said, hey, you want to do this?
So
Probably went to hhis buddies, hey, what are you doing?
they just weren't set up for the thing. And like Chael was like, oh, just give me like 5 Brazilians, I'm good. That's what Chael did. And Enrico Coco was awesome.
Whose team was he on?
He was on Lionheart's team. So Enrico Coco was he was fucking putting on a show, man. And you've seen him at Fight to Win and stuff.
Yeah.
He's down at Fight Sports and stuff.
No, he's got his own school, Zen Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah. It was just that whole round, you could definitely skip it. I would watch Coco's matches because he was exciting and they were kind of going back and forth. But the rest were like boring. And like, I hate to say it, man, but like James Brasco had such a good opportunity to do something good there. And who did he fight? George Rodriguez. George Rodriguez like put him in a lockdown. Couldn't get out of it. They spent like 5 minutes like him in lockdown and they just couldn't get past it. And like at the end it started getting better. But it's weird considering the fact that he's so good and he's aware of the ADCC type mindset. So he doesn't go compete IBJJF.
Right.
He's not a point fighter, which is great. But for some reason this one was just moving like it was points. Like the defense was good and stuff, but it was just kind of like, man, like I was really looking forward to having him like take advantage of being on the stage like that, and it just didn't pan out for him, which sucks, but it is what it is. So then the finals ended up being BJJ Fanatics against Submission Underground. Nicky Rodriguez
Ran the table?
No, actually he went up against was it Rodriguez or Ronnie Marquez? No. So he beat George Rodriguez with the inside heel hook, but then he went against Honey Marquez, big dude from Nova União. They started going at it early. Frank Trigg was the ref. Bro, I am honestly just going to put in a request that Frank Trigg referees fucking everything.
Really?
Bro, so they started going kind of hard. So Nicky Rodriguez just starts doing the tap, keeps kind of slapping a little bit hard on the head. Marquez just goes, wham! Just fucking rocks into him hard. You can literally see the sweat like flying in the lights. Stop. I'm telling you one time, cut that shit out. You cut that shit. He was grabbing them like they were like 5-year-olds.
5-year-old kids?
He just yanked him, looked straight in the face like, you understand me? And like Nicky Rodriguez like, yes sir. And it's like he comes up to him like on his shoulder. He's like, I'm only going to tell you one time. Cut that shit out. It's like, are we going to fight? Are we going to do this or what? Otherwise, I'll DQ both of you. Is that what you want? He's full on talking to him like 5-year-olds.
Awesome.
So from now on, I 100% Frank Trigg should be the ref for at least every grappling match. Because he cut that shit out so quick and he was doing everything so clean. And like, it's how you should be refereeing a grappling match.
Well, as I've said, ex-fighters should become refs and judges. A lot of them should. They should know.
A lot of them should. And I think in the years to come, it's going to be more that case. Like, I mean, Jay-Z still competes. He refereed. He did a great job refereeing. Pulga, he referees at IBJJF. Honestly, I wish that I could always have Pulga as one of my refs. Baby Monster, he referees now. He's done a lot of refereeing. So it's like, when I see those, then I know it's going to be fair. For the most part, it's going to be fair.
I think I wish to me it would be better if people could ref and not have any of their teammates be involved. Like that's the one problem I have.
It's tough though. We're still in a small
not that
group.
I'm saying people aren't going to call it down the middle, but what I want though is I want there to be.
There are refs that won't call it down the middle.
Exactly.
And I've had it personally happen to me. But there are refs that aren't going to call it down the middle. I don't think with any of those guys it would ever happen. But you can in IBJJF request a different ref. And I'm pretty sure ADCC will allow that too for the trials. You can request a different ref for certain situations. I'm pretty sure. I'll have to check with Carlos and double check with him, but for sure you can. Either way, then Gordon Ryan jumped in, ran through everybody, which was kind of crazy to see.
So you're saying Nicky Rod lost to...
Nicky Rod, actually he didn't lose. They went to a draw. because nothing fucking happened.
And when they both had to get off?
And they both come out. So it's if no winner is picked, then they both get DQ and it goes next. So, which is actually the good thing about these matches or these style of tournaments, it can become a part of the strategy, where you can literally lose on purpose as far as going by a draw, because
you want the other guys.
You want somebody else to go. So, for example, let's say it's stuck between you and I. I know that you can beat the rest of the guys, but I'm the best matchup for you as far as stalling everything out. But I know everybody else on my team can run your team. Then then I'm gonna play that card. I'm gonna shove you all day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stall you out, and then boom. All right, now we're out, and I'll let them run it. So it ended up kind of going that route. But my only drawbacks or negative comments on this thing was the lights and the smoke. People need to get rid of that shit. I know they want to put on a show.
If you're gonna do smoke, you got to have one of those things that suck the smoke up.
Right. Well, it's people don't get, and it's an issue that I always have with events. Anytime I'm doing them, as far whether it's MMA or Jiu-Jitsu or whatever, whenever they do these type of events, you have all this smoke, ambience, great, awesome. Guess what? Now it looks like shit for the cameras. So if you're broadcasting it, all they see is a haze. It looks like shit on TV.
Unless you do it the way Pride did it, and you did the stuff
but that's only on the walk-ins,
300 yards away from the ring.
Right, and Glory will do it here and there too, on far away, but they cut that shit out quick too.
I think, and I do miss that though. I miss that pageantry with the walk-in.
Right.
I think the walk-in.
It's a lot of money though. It's
a
lot of extra money.
Well, it is, but it doesn't cost much to give a raised platform. What I don't like about the UFC is the fighters just make their way through the crowd. I think they should have an actual walkway.
But I think that's more just so they speed things up, just because things can take forever.
No, it would be faster if they had a one way in and one way out.
Yeah, well, that they changed.
You know what I'm saying?
They changed that a few years ago. So it used to be where everybody came out the same door, and then they started doing the opposite sides, and then it becomes a pain in the ass. But having that whole pageantry costs a lot of money to try and do what Pride did.
Yeah, well, you don't need the pageantry, but imagine if you just had some graphics.
Well, Fight to Win does it.
I actually haven't seen any of the entrances.
Fight to Win will have a giant screen in the back, so the fighters come in with that screen in the back. It's cool, but the problem with Fight to Win, they do the same thing with the smoke, so everything comes out hazy. So when you take photos and everything like that, the whole room is filled with smoke. Kind of looks like shit on camera. It kind of looks shitty too, because it's all a haze. And then the good part about Fight to Win is that they've gotten better with the balance of how much smoke and stuff that they use, and it also depends on the ventilation of the rooms.
If you're going to use the smoke, it should just be for the main events or the big fights. Yeah, but it doesn't matter if
the ventilation is bad. It sits.
Yeah, no. I agree. But not every match should have smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's you don't give every match smoke. You give the matches that mean something.
No, because you got to give the fighters a little bit of thing for them.
No.
I see what you're saying, but if you're going to do the show, you got to do it all the way throughout. Otherwise, you end up having what happened with Conor. Conor had fucking Sinead O'Connor come out. This whole big show happened once, never again. So it's okay, so wait, why doesn't fucking Jose Aldo get it? Why doesn't somebody else get it?
The same. There was
Jose Aldo didn't get it. Fucking Sinead O'Connor.
That fight, he had that person, and can't remember who he fought. Had somebody else sing. I think it was a country act. Had somebody singing.
No, I don't think so.
Yes.
They had a country act.
Yeah, it was a country act. I don't remember who he fought. Where Sinead O'Connor was singing.
I think.
But
didn't he? Who had? Well, no, that's Floyd Mayweather had Justin Bieber come out with him. I think at one point he had Lil Wayne perform coming out with him.
Yeah,
too.
this was a country act.
I'll look it up.
I don't remember who it was. It was that same fight. They both had somebody singing for him.
The other side, the other thing on as far as with the smoke and everything, it was way too fucking dark. So when you do a good show like Fight to Win and the lights are bright, it cuts that off perfect. That's why I love taking photos at Fight to Win, because it's fucking bright. That's the one thing that I loved about Metamoris, is that the show's fucking bright. You can see everything that's going on there. When you didn't, like, this was super dark, super just like, why, man? Let people fucking see what's going on. So, and I think that still comes down to money, because it was the first show, so they were keeping it to a minimum. The only other drawback, and I really feel bad about saying this, is Paige Van Zandt commentating. It was outright painful. When I tell you it's painful...
Why would you get an MMA fighter?
No, now, to her credit, number one, she had to sit there and do it next to Shawn Wheelock, who's a professional, who's definitely, like I said, he's number 2, if not running up to number 1 after Joe Rogan, as far as commentating. He's definitely one of the people that I consider one of the best ones. So that's a lot of pressure.
Better than Dominic?
Dominic Cruz?
Yes.
Well, it's different. It's different because Shawn Wheelock is more of like the Joe Rogan mixed with...
More like a color commentator.
He's more color, but he's able to mix, like, he's got knowledge. He's got legit experience. He trains. But he's a perfect balance between Goldie and Joe Rogan put together. That's what he is. So he's great. So he's a showman. He can present. He has the volume. He has the whole speech out there. But he can also do the actual technique description of what's going on. So I can understand Paige being like maybe kind of unsure where her space is in the mix. But bro, it was so painful. Like, I would look at it as, oh, that was a really great job at going to mount. Oh, he's doing a great job at keeping top pressure. Like, you're not fucking telling me anything I don't fucking know by just watching. I could be blind. Like, it sounds like he's got really good top pressure right now. You're not fucking telling me anything. And then it almost sounded like she didn't have the knowledge of the techniques to be able to say it. She's like, oh, he's going for a leg lock. Everything was a leg lock. There wasn't really any description of he was going for a straight ankle lock, or he's going for an inside heel hook. He's going for the ashigarami setting up to. It was nothing like that. So there was a couple of parts where she was getting better at it, but she just didn't add anything.
What they should have done is had her like interview the fighters.
So now that's the thing. She did, and that's when she fucking shined.
Well, that's
she
all
did that great.
That's all she should have done.
No, because I mean, I give someone credit for trying to.
Well,
do
no,
something
she tried
different.
it, but it's like you don't. It's like if you don't have somebody that doesn't understand what they're doing, like you would. I wouldn't try to commentate a baseball game. Right. Or you know what I'm saying? Or
everything is going to be right down the middle.
Right.
It's right down the middle.
And just a bit outside. Yeah. But you know, I can commentate on fighting. I can commentate on grappling because I know the techniques. I know it. She's an MMA fighter. That she knows fighting. That does not mean she knows grappling.
But here's the thing. I think she.
They wanted name recognition, and I get it.
100%.
Smart.
And it's also, you know,
they should have gotten
her fucking head coach, team owner is the guy that's also setting up this event. So he's like, oh, I can get Paige Van Zandt, one of the hottest girls in the UFC, to be a commentator for sure. I'll at least
but she would have been better as the in-ring interview and had an actual grappler. I don't care if it's male or female. They could have got Mackenzie Dern. Bring her in. She's on UFC. It was on UFC Fight Pass. Bring her in. She knows what's going on.
I feel
we would have had to deal with her.
The fake accent. Yeah. Like, I feel bad because it's like you can tell she was trying, but I don't think she had the knowledge of the techniques enough to be like going in depth for it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Which
and in
sucks.
a grappling event, you need
it.
that.
Yeah, you need it. It's like if we would have done like the Zenobia Open and would have been like, oh, she's going for the armbar, and then dead silence.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, no, you need to sit there and actually
She's trying to make the angle. If she can put her hand here and grab there.
There was nothing of that. There was nothing of like, okay, what he's going to try doing now is move the hand here so he can set up. It's like, no, there was none of that. So it sucks because I was really kind of pulling for her. But
I'd pull for her too.
Yeah, well, you know, no pun intended.
If she wanted to watch.
But it's like, that's horrible. I just think that
she might. You don't know.
Yeah, you never know. Well, ask her husband that.
She's not married.
Yes, she is. Paige Van Zandt.
I didn't think she was married.
She's
I think
been married for like 2 years, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. Go look it up.
No, she's not married. She's dating somebody.
No, she's
not married.
She's married, homie. Tell you right now. Paige. Let's see how much Google has been listening to our conversation. Yeah, see, I pulled it right out. I just put PAI. That's so fucking bad.
It just shows how many times you search her, you sicko.
No, actually not that much. Paige Van Zandt, married to Austin Sanderford, 2018. Austin Jerkface Vanderford.
Is that his nickname?
Yeah, that's his nickname.
That's awesome.
So bad.
That is an awesome nickname.
He seems like a nice guy.
That's an awesome nickname. That might be my new favorite nickname.
Jerkface. Hey, Jerkface.
Jerkface.
So Jerkface.
Oh, that's funny.
Walk us through what happened at the end there, Jerkface. So whatever. Listen, either way, not that I want to shit on the event, because I did enjoy the event, but honestly, all you need to do is watch the first round.
Well, it'd be better if you had, like, when you put all the killers on one team. It's
so not fair.
It's not fair.
But here's what I did get out of it. Number one, Gordon Ryan is probably still a little bit rusty, and I think he was being super slow about what was going on. But I think he'll be ready for ADCC, pretty sure. And Nicky Rodriguez was actually shut down.
The blue belt.
He was actually shut down with certain things. So for future matches, I think that's going to be something that a lot of people are going to pay attention to. So as a fan of the sport, and you want to
what shut him
analyze
down? Wrestling?
I'm trying to think because I can't really remember everything.
Or getting slapped in the face.
Getting slapped in the face for sure. I think he's a tough dude, but if he doesn't get what he normally gets, then he's kind of like he doesn't have the experience to. He's
lost. Zoolander and Hansel trying to get inside the computer.
No, I don't know. I never watched it.
What?
I've never watched Zoolander. I'd rather be playing video games than watch Ben Stiller.
No, that movie's worth it. So is Dodgeball.
The only Ben Stiller movies I like is Dodgeball and Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, but you would. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Zoolander's worth it.
Total side note before we get into the rest of the stuff. Announced today, there's gonna be another Matrix movie. Keanu Reeves
I saw that.
is on there.
Yeah,
where are they gonna fucking take it?
Marianne or Carrie-Ann Moss and one of the
where are they gonna
Wachowski
sisters.
That is so weird, by the way.
Whatever. Listen, hey.
No, it's weird that both of them.
Why? They're brothers. They're close.
No, I understand, but it's like
twins. Like they're gonna do the same
weren't.
stuff.
I don't think they were twins. They might have been. I don't know.
I'm saying but it's like twins when they do the same thing.
Yeah, it just was weird to me that both of them, like, not weird that they're trans, but just weird that
at the exact same time.
They both came. It's just,
who knows? They probably had like a weird conversation where like one finally started it up. It's like, you know what? I've been feeling like that too. Like,
really? Yeah. You too? Yes.
Yeah, I didn't get to read up anything extra on that, but where the fuck would they take that?
Boy, Keanu's coming out with
he's firing them out, man.
With the sequels,
you know what
he's
late
doing? Sequels.
He's following the fucking Tom Cruise.
Though he does look really weird, shaved.
Yeah.
In Bill and Ted, the pictures you're seeing from Bill and Ted's, he looks older.
Yeah.
Shaved. It looks like
saggy chin.
No, he looks like a woman. It's weird.
It's like, you ever see the photos of like Steven Tyler? It's like Steven Tyler looks like someone's mom.
Looks like somebody's hot grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Is quirky old grandma that.
It's like grandma was a party animal. Clearly, I don't know, but he's for sure following Tom Cruise's game plan. Because Tom Cruise, as he got older, action movies, one after another.
Well, it's not even that. It's just.
I think he realized he's not going to make money doing stuff like Scanner Darkly.
He doesn't care about money.
Yeah, he spends a lot of money.
No,
on
he does not.
No, I'm saying he gives away a lot of money.
He doesn't care about. He's got more money than he knows what to do.
He's got a sick motorcycle collection.
Yeah, but he doesn't even care about money.
No, that's what I'm saying though. Is that he's not gonna get the recognition doing stuff like Scanner Darkly. But
I like Johnny Mnemonic. Johnny
Mnemonic
Mnemonic
was a great movie.
Awesome movie. My favorite character in that was Dolph Lundgren. He played the preacher priest.
Why did that movie tank so hard?
I don't know. Ice-T, or maybe it was the fact that
Ice-T did fucking suck in that one.
Maybe it was the fact that the main, well, not the main character, but the person that was the smartest person around was a dolphin.
Yeah,
that could have been it. I don't know. It was a rad movie.
Did you see the I guess it's not really a meme, but the thing that's going viral with the USA logo?
No.
So the USA Network logo, have you ever seen it?
I mean, I've seen it, but I don't remember.
But you know what it looks like.
No,
USA. I'm going to show you a photo. So if you're at home listening to this podcast, I want you to just look up USA Network logo. And when you're ready, hit play. Take a pause this, go look for the logo, and then hit play when you find it. And what I want you to do is look at it, all right? Just look at it really quick. You've seen that logo before, correct?
Okay.
All right. I'm going to show it to you again. And what you're going to see is a man face fucking a dolphin. So you see the dolphin as the A and a wiener as the U.
I don't see how that's a dolphin.
The dolphin with its mouth open. So that's what's been going like around the internet now.
I get it, but it's like that's a stretch.
It's a stretch, but it's not too far of a stretch.
It looks more like Wallace from Wallace and Gromit.
Yeah.
Taking a ding ding in the mouth.
Either way, but that's what it ends up looking like now for the USA Network logo. That's all I can fucking see now. Does that not look like it once you start like seeing it?
Well, it's not at all.
How fucked up would it be is the guy that designed that logo, and all of a sudden it's like, fuck, they finally figured it out.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Would you get mad if that was someone that worked for you? Let's say
did it on purpose?
you owned it. Yeah, you own the network, and it pops up, and it's like you've been doing it for the last 10 years.
10 years? If it went 10 years and
like,
nobody
bro,
caught it?
did you really make this to have a penis in its mouth? Like, yeah, I thought I was gonna get away
I'd
with
be
it.
like, you're fired, but
oh, but you would fire him?
Yeah, he's gonna have to take the heat.
You wouldn't be like, just pretend like you're fired.
No,
but don't ever do that.
You'd
again.
have to fire the guy. It's an unfortunate thing.
But the logo's
somebody's
been
gonna
around
have
for
to take the heat, so he would have to take the heat. So you're fired, but that was funny. I gotta admit,
it's like that burn was worth the last 10 years of seeing that logo every time up on TV. That's I mean,
I'm sitting here in my head thinking, okay, how would
why do you have a fingernail on there?
It's not mine.
That's gross. Is that a fingernail?
I don't know, but it's not mine.
That's fucking gross. How is there
That's
a random
yours.
fucking definitely not mine. I've never cut my nails in here.
I'm sitting here thinking, how would Randy Savage beat Vader if he was getting force choked? I don't think it's possible.
No, it's not. He's getting force choked.
He's getting force choked, but I'm wondering if like he could. Oh yeah, get the power of them. Get the power.
No.
No.
No. That's the
Step
dumbest...
into a Slim Jim. Maybe he can throw a Slim Jim at him.
No. What kind of statement is that? You're literally answering your own statement.
Yeah, but it's Randy Macho Man Savage.
Yeah. No. You're not gonna stop the force.
Yeah, but maybe he could. Oh, I know what he would do. He'd bring Elizabeth out. Elizabeth would come out and be like, "Hey, it's sexy," and then he'd drop.
By the way, for people that aren't watching this on YouTube, Shawn's playing with the action figures that we have on the desk.
So Elizabeth comes sexy in front of Vader. He walks behind, comes up on the top rope,
and according to him, Elizabeth, who was Macho Man's former wife, is little sister from BioShock.
And he would come double axe hammers. Or axe handle, boom, on the back of his head.
What was his signature move?
The elbow.
The elbow.
But he would set it up with the double axe handle from the top rope.
You ever see that photo of like Macho Man elbow dropping Jesus?
Yes.
Yeah. That's Macho Man Save the Universe Day. Isn't that coming up?
I don't know. I didn't know there was a such thing.
Yeah. Macho Man Save the Universe Day. Look it up. Yeah, no.
So that's what I think would happen.
So what are you going to do now? Is there any other matches lined up for you?
Just the one in January, and I'm going to do the plan is to do Miami Open in October.
You going to be watching World's Masters this week? Starts tomorrow. You're not going to watch it?
No.
It looks like, the super heavy division, it's got a lot of big names. It should be fun to watch.
I'm sure. I just don't have time.
Right. Well, I'll be using the Flow Grappling account then to watch that.
Yeah, if you want the login, let me know.
I'll be watching that. Speaking of jiu-jitsu, so
Speaking of jiu-jitsu, on Jiu-Jitsu Radio.
Not that I want to promote other people's podcasts too often, but...
We talk about Rogan all the time.
No, but this time, if you haven't started listening to the Keenan Cornelius podcast with Josh Inger called the Matt Burn Podcast, evidently they started some shit. This is what I was going to tell you before.
They started some shit with us by taking our stuff?
No, they started some shit with
they didn't take our stuff? Gracie. Wait, you're saying they didn't take our stuff?
Well, see, like, here's the thing why I can't get too pissed off about that is because there's other podcasts that have been doing that for a long time.
But using the Twins one?
Yeah, they used the Twins one, which is kind of a
Who did?
The Matt Burn Podcast.
Yeah, but who did before us? In the jiu-jitsu world?
Not in jiu-jitsu, but T-Fat K. They did it. The Fighter and the Kid. They do the movie ones all the time. So that's
right, but...
It's all right. Anyway, that's not the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation is that Keenan made a comment about that the Gracies, like the younger or the older Gracies back in the day, would barely, if not even be able to beat like a purple belt nowadays. So, which is a kind of a strong like opinion.
But it's a whole nother game.
It's a whole other game. So... Kaiwan Gracie, I never even fucking heard this guy, took it very fucking personal and decided to literally threaten Keenan Cornelius on Instagram. So he posted at Keenan Cornelius, "I'm going to pay you a visit on your academy." Then he posted a whole comment saying, "If you want, I'll read it to you because it's kind of funny."
Yes.
You talk about Helio and Hickson like you achieved something that matched their achievements in life. Your innovation in the lapel game is very good for the competition, but no effect in a real fight, and I can prove to you, would be very interesting to fight someone like you in a real fight and prove that your jiu-jitsu is shit outside of the rule set. You disrespect the history of those paved the road so you can make some money and win medals without have to actually fight anyone. This is how he wrote it. Your jiu-jitsu, in big bold letters, your jiu-jitsu doesn't work in a real combat, and I can prove to you. I'm up for an MMA fight or even like the old days, the way that paved the road for us. We close the doors at the academy and see if your jiu-jitsu is real, and we bet some money. Your lack of respect already led you to have no team and may lead you to have no teeth. On the third picture, there is your fight against an athlete half your size, and both got DQ'd after penalties for double pull guard and avoid fighting. Following your master, Hickson Gracie, JJ, and Helio Gracie and their respective opponents. This is like a whole thing that he posted.
First of all, he's wrong. He's not disrespecting him by saying that.
Right, and I agree with you. So this is what they wrote back. Let me pull this back up because it changed it. So they actually posted the photo of Kaiwan's like posts and stuff like that that he tagged Keenan in. And what they wrote back is, "We here at the Matt Burn Podcast do not support the threat of violence in order to solve a simple disagreement of opinion. Keenan Cornelius did not intend his comments to be offensive. The act of turning a photo down is usually done as a sign of respect to shield the eyes of the ancestors who may become offended by what they are about to witness. The insinuation was that Keenan does not want Master Helio to be offended by Keenan's stupid lapel tricks. And the idea of turning down the photo is intended to protect Master Helio's eyes from something that would be disappointed in seeing." There's a whole thing that they said on the podcast. I guess he was going to like turn the photo or whatever. The second comment by Keenan about the level of Master Helio or Master Carlos is simply a statement about the evolution of jiu-jitsu after several generations. Again, not intended to be an insult, just an opinion about how the new generations of BJJ practitioners are becoming very tough and very advanced at an early stage.
And fast, yeah.
And fast, which I totally agree with. Now, here's my thing. I've never even heard of Kaiwan Gracie.
Well, regardless
of that, but hold on, listen. Here's my point of view, and I even posted it on there too. You're not even like the top 20 like scariest Gracies or most respected Gracies on that. So sit the fuck out on this one, all right?
No, he can say whatever
he
wants.
And he can say whatever he wants, but chill the fuck out. Second of all, if you're challenging someone for an MMA fight, your record is 1-0. The guy that he beat in his one MMA fight was 0-7. So he basically beat a fucking tin can, who's now 0-8. He's got 8 straight losses. So you shouldn't really be threatening that you beat anybody up, first of all. That's like me saying, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck you up." It's like I had a kickboxing.
Well,
match.
and regardless of all that, I think it's less about that. To me, what it's about, what I think it should be about 100% is the fact that this wasn't disrespect. It's a statement of fact. It happens with every sport. It's like saying this about Helio and whoever is like saying Michael Jordan could run circles around, the Celtics of the 50s.
No, not even. No. It's like the equivalent of me saying LeBron could smoke Michael Jordan, and you get so offended by it that you threaten to kick my ass to prove that old school basketball is better than new school basketball.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's a statement of fact. It's the game has evolved. I guarantee you.
Look at Nicky Rodriguez. He's technically a blue belt.
Yeah.
He's tapping out Brazilian black belts.
He's tapping out black belts. So, Kyle and Gracie, you need to take a chill pill, bro.
And that's what I said too. Like, bro,
it's just and it's not so much. It's not so much about the whole violence thing and wanting to fight about it. It's the fact that you got to understand that yes, this sport evolves, and yes, you're just because the athletes of today could beat your grandfather or great grandfather does not make him any less significant. It makes him just even more significant.
If anything,
because without him, there would be no Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
But that's what I think is funny. It's like, I mean, at the end of the day, we're all doing the same fucking sport. It's all going to evolve in different ways. And it still comes down to the fact that, yeah, he did that. There was no disrespect about Helio or Carlson or whatever, or Carlos Gracie. Like, so it's like, man, chill the fuck out, dude. Like, and your thing is, oh, I'm going to threaten you? Like, bro, sit the fuck down. You look like a bigger fucking punk.
Yeah,
like,
well, it makes you look insecure.
For sure.
Look.
And, like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, again, for me, the only people that are going to sit there and really be able to talk shit are going to be Henzo, Hickson, like the guys, the old school guys.
But even they can't talk shit.
But they're not going to, and they're not going to.
But they can't talk shit about this.
I'll take it back. Hickson would probably say something.
But what can you say? Well, honestly, you're probably right because they didn't have these techniques.
Yeah.
The sport has evolved so much just within the last
and even then
5 years.
You're still talking about apples and oranges. We're not talking about self-defense street jiu-jitsu. We're talking about sport jiu-jitsu compared to self-defense tactics. If you're going to do self-defense
and here's another thing. The whole self-defense versus point or sport jiu-jitsu. I guarantee you, if you get in a fight in the street and you just train sport jiu-jitsu,
you're still going to be better off.
You're still going to beat the fuck out of whoever you're with if they have not trained.
Yeah. And even if you have, I don't know, let's say someone who's had some good boxing experience, you're probably still going to be able to close the gap and then take care of it from there.
Because that's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all it and so I don't buy into the whole sport jiu-jitsu, street jiu-jitsu thing. I think if you do sport jiu-jitsu, you're better off. I think you're better off because you learn more techniques. You learn multiple techniques that will work in a sport setting and may not work in a fight. But if you take a little piece of this part of the sport and add it to the fight or the street jiu-jitsu, it's way better off than not having.
No one's saying go ahead and just do heel hooks in a street fight. Like, would there be a possibility at some point you get in a street fight where you could pull one off? Sure, we've seen it happen.
Yeah, but that's
not going to be the thing.
A heel hook won't end a fight. Let's be honest. A heel hook might not end a fight,
and you might put yourself.
You might pop this guy's knee, but the fact of the matter is, he still has another leg. He can stand up, or you might have wrecked it, but not to the point
so
where.
You're telling me if Paul Harris yanked somebody's leg, tore their knee, you think that somebody who's gotten their leg torn by Paul Harris is going to be able to stand up?
I don't know. It depends. How there's a lot of things that go with that. How flexible is the guy? What I'm saying is, hold on. No. Let me finish. It's not an automatic fight ender. Neither is an armbar. Neither is a Kimura. The only automatic fight ender that we have
is a choke. Right.
So again, it's not an automatic fight ender.
Okay, I'm not disagreeing with you on that. What I'm going to argue with you about is the level of flexibility.
Yeah. If you get a meow and a leg lock, see what happens.
I mean, I literally have video of a toe hold and he doesn't tap to it. I think it was
and his
Joao.
Foot is almost turned around.
Right. But you got to be fucking dalsum flexible to have your like heel hook completely, your heel hooked completely 180.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's not gonna happen. I'm just saying it's not automatic. The guy could still get up. You know, if it's, say you popped one tendon, the guy still got 2 other tendons. Say you don't get all 3 tendons, the guy can still get up and limp around.
Look at Thiago Silva. He did it with
a destroyed knee.
Literally no ligaments.
No, yeah.
And he fought John Jones.
And you never know what you're up against. You could just be up against a tough.
But John Jones didn't heel hook him. For sure, he would have ended the fight if he would have gotten heel hooked.
What's the difference?
What would happen?
What's the difference between 3 torn heel hook or kick?
Well, listen, if you lost all your ligaments, right? Let's say this was your knee, so this is loose, it's gone, right? And you twist it.
No, you could. It would twist.
It would twist completely, right?
Yeah.
Like, how far would you let it?
I don't know. The skin would stop it at a certain point.
That would be like a couple of turns.
Like it would. No, it wouldn't, because the skin's not going to turn like a water balloon.
It's gonna look. It's gonna look like the end of a Tootsie Roll. It's just gonna keep on twisting and twisting.
I don't think it could twist that much. I think there's things would stop it from twisting too much. But like I think it could face backwards at least. But not that I want to find out.
That's fucking gross.
It's a rough world out there.
It's funny, man. Actually. You reminded me today. I saw a video from about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, of Robert Turnquest. He is a MMA fighter. He fought in Titan FC, and he had a super duper crazy armbar tap out. I guess it was like a weird armbar Kimura tap out of Roger Crawl. I think it was Roger Crawl, and then went viral like the very next day. I saw it like first in person, where his whole arm ended up twisting. I don't know if you remember that. You remember that?
No,
not
at all. Let me
pull it up for you real quick. That was one that went super fucking viral for grappling and like all over the internet. And I remember
a couple days ago.
Today actually he posted, but no, the fight was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Roger Crawl from Tampa. Yeah. Roger Crawl.
Oh man, I'm trying to type his last name right.
I think it's KH.
No. Rob's Turnquest. There we go. Because I messaged him because I haven't talked to him in a while too, but he posted the video. So this was the video. Obviously, you guys at home can't see it, but his arm got caught in like a judo armbar, and he just kind of kept bending it and twisting it, and the flexibility thing is what I remember, like, just brought me back to.
I don't think that's Roger Crawl. Oh, yeah.
It is. Yeah, it is.
No, because Roger Crawl is older, way older.
There's the other Crawl. It's the other Crawl. I forget what his name is. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so bad. Sorry. Look at that. You want to see flexibility?
Yeah, there's it's not flexibility, it's dislocation.
Okay. So now here's the thing. So the funny part was I started yelling. He's done. He's stopping. And I forget who the ref was. He's one of those inept Florida commission refs. I'm like, bro, stop the fucking fight. His arm is broken. Rob's not gonna stop. He's a fighter. That's what he's like. He's gonna have to keep going. The coaches, Crawl's coaches, were like getting ready to fucking murder this ref. Like, when I'm telling you there was about to be a fucking beatdown of this ref, there was a beatdown. They had to hold people back. Like, he's like, I'm telling you to fucking stop the fight. It's like, why don't you just fucking throw in the towel then? You should have thrown in the towel.
Throw the towel in.
I think a lot of people done. That's one thing that I always tell people is, if you're going to go fight, make sure you have a good fucking corner. Because that's something that you should fucking know. It's like, hey, if my guy's getting beat up, I can throw in the fucking towel. Yeah. Literally. I think people think it's almost like just a matter of speech.
No, it's actually
you can fucking throw in the
actually
fucking towel.
Have to throw in the towel.
But man, how many times have we seen shit fucking coaches? Those like backyard like, oh, my dad teaches me.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you should never put on gloves. You should not be in here right now.
I don't get it, man. I really don't get it.
What was it? Is it Rocky 4? Where Clubber Lang coaches himself? He's like, I don't need no coach.
No, Apollo Creed. No. He used Rocky as a coach. He's like, don't you stop this fight.
No. Clubber Lang in the Rocky movie.
No, he had a coach.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No.
Yes, he did.
Who?
It was a black dude. Had a big afro.
No, that was Apollo's coach.
No. Apollo's coach
the
was
skinny
bald.
skinny dude?
Apollo's coach was bald.
The skinny dude, the skinny black dude. With an afro.
With the afro.
That was
Clubber Lang.
That was
That's Rocky 3 and it's Clubber Lang.
No.
That was his coach.
I'm gonna go watch it tonight.
And
I'm
you
gonna make sure.
when we come back here next Tuesday,
I'll let you know you're wrong.
You can
you
should let me slap you in the face.
I need to let
Nicky
you
Rodriguez.
fucking finish your sentences. Like you took
Yeah.
a couple of headshots too. Did you get headshotted there this weekend?
I did not.
All right, you're just kind of scaring me there with the stutter.
No, I stutter a lot actually.
I've
always stuttered.
Maybe you gotta get some brain scan.
No.
How bad should someone's stutter be before they should get their brain scan?
Depends on when the stutter developed.
Did you ever watch? Oh, man, I feel so bad fucking saying this. You ever seen the documentary on Tourette's?
I may have.
The one where like the guy punches the lady in the face.
No, I did not see that.
You never seen that? Listen, I feel like an asshole saying this, and it's not a joke. Go and watch this British documentary about people with Tourette's, and there's a guy on there, and he's grocery shopping with this woman. I guess it's like, I don't think it's his girlfriend. I guess it's like a friend or a family friend, and they're walking, and the documentary is about this guy, and he's had, I guess, Tourette's since he was like a kid or whatever. It almost felt deliberate because the camera went from focusing on him to focusing on this lady who like helps him just with stuff, and as soon as the camera gets on her, he just goes wham and backhands her flat out in the nose, like hard. He's like, oh my god, did I get you? She's like, bro, you can't just randomly hit people. And here's why I think it's fucked up is that
yes, I guess I should say I have Tourette's so I can start.
But listen, in the entire documentary, that's the only time that I saw that his Tourette's gets physical. It's usually like verbal tics. So that's the first time that I see him where he goes like, bah, bah, and like he hits someone. It's the only time in the entire documentary. So for sure, it's fucking deliberate. For sure.
Deliberate.
What are you doing? Are you texting?
I'm looking for a picture of Clubber Lang's coach.
That was the whole thing. I could have sworn where he said like, I don't need no coach.
No, he didn't say that.
I told myself. I'm pretty sure.
No, he did not say that.
All right.
We'll have to.
Would you ever learn sign language?
Yes, I would. I actually was learning it at one point, and
like if you could do sign language for a concert.
Oh, so I could do the.
Yeah, like who would you do it for?
Who would I do it for? Who wouldn't I do it for? That's
no, you only get one. You only get one.
Who? You have to be somebody with a funky beats where I could really get into it.
Really?
Yeah, I'll tell you. You know who it would be? I know exactly who it would be.
Slayer?
Nope. It would be nope. It would have to be a reunion tour.
Oh.
It would have to be Rage Against the Machine.
You just want to get into the political bullshit.
Not at all. No.
Would you wear a Che Guevara shirt?
It has to do with everything about the funk beats.
Oh no, they're fucking awesome, man.
With the aggressiveness.
Yeah.
So it's funk and aggressive at the same time. Maybe like old school Red Hot Chili Peppers too.
That'd be cool.
That'd be a fun one too. It's like that's what I'm thinking of is something I could get into the groove, and then get like even harder into the groove.
See, I admire that, but that's not the route that I would take. I would do it for like a Drake concert, But instead of actually interpreting the music, I would just stand up there the whole time in sign language shit talking about Drake. I would just sit there the whole time and be like, this guy fucking sucks. Why are you even here?
I actually like a lot of Drake's music, so I wouldn't say that.
Well, that's why I like him even less. But I would just sit there the whole time. Can you imagine how fucking great it would be just to be up there and just be like, think of like any artist that you hate and just be like, this band sucks. Why are you even here? This song blows. Like, pretty sure my grandma jams out to this song.
I really can't think of a band that I hate, like that I absolutely just
style
can't.
Of music maybe.
No, it's not really a style of music. I mean, there's just nothing that I'm like, like there's stuff I'm like,
There's nothing that gets cringy for you.
That gets me angry. There's nothing that gets me angry.
Not angry, but like cringy. Where you're like, oh, I can't listen to this. Like if someone were to like torture you, what song would they have to play, or what like? Yeah, what song I would say would they have to play over and over again to drive you nuts?
They would have to play me like Spyro Gyra kind of jazz stuff.
Pat Metheny.
I don't know. It's just like jazz.
Like jam bands. Like
I'm fine with jam bands.
Progressive
but like
jazz.
Progressive jazz stuff. Like
Yeah,
give
would
me
drive me
old
nuts.
school jazz. I like that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that would probably drive me kind of nuts. I don't know. I would. So, like, I could just put you in a room for the day and just play nothing but, like, J-pop.
I don't know who that is.
Like, Japanese pop. It's like NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys had a baby with Pokemon and just hocked it up with Candy and PCP.
There's nothing that, like, I really hate.
You've
There's
never
no
seen
artist-
K-pop? Or,
No.
like, J-pop? You've never seen any of that?
No.
Man.
Like I'll tell you what like makes me cringe is when like people like the music that makes me cringe is like early 2000s like metalcore stuff like
the screamo, emo stuff?
no, not even that, but like
Poison the Well?
No. I'm thinking more along the lines of like the Limp Bizkits and
Limp Bizkit wasn't too bad.
No, I liked them back
Korn?
then, but now it's like I look back and I'm like, oh.
You probably used to dress like Fred Durst.
I had a red hat, if that's.
You definitely look like
But I didn't
a
dress
wife
like-
beater and Jinkos kind of guy.
I never owned a pair of Jenkos. I wore a red hat. It was actually an independent trucks hat.
You're a jorts guy for sure.
I was a jorts guy for sure.
That's so.
You
bad.
were too. Everybody wore
No,
jorts. Yes, they did.
Once did I ever get a pair of jorts, and I was like, I will never wear these again. I couldn't.
You did.
I swear to you on my life, I didn't. I was more of a cargo shorts
I
guy.
got rid of jorts though. The last time I wore a pair of
Swear
jorts,
to God, if I ever see you in jorts again, I'm gonna set them on fire.
it was
while you wear them.
probably like 2002, 2003. And then that's when I got out of jorts and started wearing cargos. And now I won't wear a cargo either.
Yeah, I won't wear cargos again. I used to wear cargos.
All I wear are either the board shorts or the hybrid shorts,
Yeah.
but none of the cargos.
Man, I was all about the cargo shorts back in the day.
Everybody was.
Did you ever have the cargo pants with the zipper that turned into shorts?
No.
I had that. I used to wear the shit out of those. That's so fucking horrible. That was the shittiest style ever. It was literally
No, I know.
just the cargos with the zippers, because I don't think they make them anymore.
Yeah, you zip the bottom half off.
And they would just come down.
I
I bet you were an overalls guy too at some point. You wore overalls.
I had a pair of overalls in high school.
jean overalls.
Yes, acid wash,
Man,
and I would wear them with
you know the last
my
time
cowboy boots.
you know the last time I wore overalls was 5.
That's
After
fun.
that, I was like, this is shit.
The way you wear it is you wear it with one side
One off.
undone.
Did you have your banjo too? A little piece of
No.
fucking hay hanging out of your mouth?
you wore it with a button-up shirt. It was like a dress-up thing.
I don't. I'm pretty sure overalls were never a dress-up thing.
They were. You don't remember because you're young, but they were something we did in the late '80s, early '90s.
Thank God I was out of that one.
Well, I'll tell you what style I do miss is when girls used to wear the cat suits. That was kind of sexy.
Cat suits?
What it is like, it's a shirt, and then it snaps in the crotch, so they wouldn't wear it. Wouldn't be underwear. It was called a cat suit. And what would happen is they would wear their pants low, so like you had like you could see the skin on their hip,
like a one-piece bathing suit.
Yeah, it's like a one-piece bathing suit.
Wear that.
What's that?
They still wear that.
It's not. Yeah, but it's not sexy anymore. It was sexy back then.
Now you just feel like a creeper looking at 15-year-old girls.
No, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Conspiracy or not? Do you think he killed himself?
Do
you think he killed himself?
No.
For sure, right?
No.
Do you think he's still alive?
He may be.
You think so?
I think he may be. They might have wanted to get him into protection so he could spill his guts. That might be.
Or did they put him in protection so he wouldn't spill his guts?
I don't know. But the weirdest part is the coroner they brought in.
Oh, yeah. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
No, he's the same one that did JFK. And, like...
How? That was... Like, that guy would be dead, wouldn't he?
No. They brought in...
They brought in, like, a 90-year-old, like, coroner?
Apparently, yeah. And MLK and, like... Or, like, there's some tie there.
Really? I didn't read that part. All I know is that for sure, like, they offed him. Because if I was about to, like, go to jail for a long time and I had all that dirt on people, bam, that is going out. That is going out to the fucking world. What are you looking it up?
Yeah, I just want to...
I need some facts here, man. What you got? What's his name?
Michael Biden investigated JFK assassination and was defense witness for O.J. Simpson before Jeffrey Epstein autopsy.
How old is this guy?
JFK and MLK pathologist didn't perform is what they're saying. Epstein's death puts...
How old is the fucking guy? He has to
looks
be like
pretty
100,
old.
Like years old.
As the private pathologist who observed Jeffrey... He's the one that observed Jeffrey Epstein's autopsy.
Okay, but what else did he do?
What do you mean?
Like how old is he?
I don't know. If you look at him, he looks pretty friggin' old.
Let me see. Oh, that guy just looks like he knows all sorts of dirty secrets about the government. Fuck that, man. All right. I'm going to call it a wrap. We got to get going. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Thank you so much, Choke Aloha, Jiu-Jitsu Soap Co. What you got here? I'll read it okay. After. Giraffe Choke and Nomad Surf Shop. Please, guys, if you like the podcast like we talked about before, hit subscribe, share with your friends. Please leave us a review on iTunes. Let us know what you think about the podcast. Subscribe on YouTube. Hit the little notification bell so you know the next time we put a video up. We're working on other content. And follow Shawn, a Gorilla Boy BJJ. Follow Jiu-Jitsu Radio. And follow me at Sonder Marketing on Instagram. That's all I got for you.
Yeah, that's all. I ain't got nothing either.
All right. Peace out. Peace.
You can't
Here's the deal. I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
Get stealing, woo, wheeling, dealing, limousine right, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down.